Okay, hi everyone. For this video, I'm going to be demonstrating and going through some of the select statements that we did for Project 3. And so I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint and we can go through them one by one. Okay, so this was for question 1D, and we're just going to be explaining the select statement as we go. So the first query we had to run was a select statement that showed the table XML data in rows. So the first query was going to take all of the data that was stored into the XML format and kind of make it into a clean table with columns that we are able to read. So the data is inside XML tags, such as, you can't see it here, but the unique key tag or the created date tag. But since it's all stored as one big block of text in the database, it's not easy to read. So what this query is going to do is first it's going to use dbms underscore lob dot substr, and that's going to grab part of the big XML text. And since it's already stored as a character large object, then what it's going to do is it's going to convert that text into XML using XML type. Okay, and then finally, it's going to use extract value to pull out specific pieces of data, such as the complaint type, the complaint type, the complaint number, and the description as well. The result then showed us a neat table with the 6 columns where each row represents just one complaint, just like a regular normal table would. And that's shown, the result for that is shown in the PDF of the answers that I provided for the project. Okay, so then for query 2, we had a select state. We were asked to write a select statement that showed only the first 10 rows of the table. Now, this second query does the same thing as the first, so it'll still pull and extract the XML data into readable columns. However, it's going to include a small change where it's found here, this right here at the bottom, which is where, which is where row number and 10. This is going to tell Oracle to only show the first 10 rows of data from the table. And this is useful when you're trying to test a query or if you just want a quick preview of what data looks like without having to scroll through hundreds of rows. So it's the same XML extraction logic, just now it's given a limit, right? And the limit is the first 10 rows. And then for query 3, we were asked to write a select statement that displayed the last 10 rows. Okay, so basically, in other words, this is going to show the most recently added data. So since Oracle doesn't really give a direct way to, it doesn't really have a direct way of showing us the last 10, down over here, we had to use a little trick and we have to sort the rows in reverse order. And this is done by using row ID DESC for descending. And this is going to bring the newest rows all the way to the top. And then when we wrap that in a subquery and say this, where row number and 10, it's going to pick the top 10 of that reversed list. And then therefore the first 10 that are going to show up are actually the last 10 entries. Again, this query is a great way if you want to show or see the newest data that is entered into the table. Okay, so that was my explanation for the 3 select statements. All 3 queries are doing the same task, right? They're all converting XML into a readable format. The only difference is that the first query, right over here, it shows everything, right? Because it's basically it's taking the entire data into consideration. The second one is only showing the first rows, and the third one is only showing the last 10 rows. Okay, so that's it. This is a great way to make your XML data into a very easy way to read and work with inside of SQL Developer.